Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're joining us today in today's lecture coming to you from Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University. Give me a minute, let me do something here. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Obioramba, reaching you from Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University. Today's date is Nkwo Market Day in the today is Nkwo Market Day in the 4th month of the Igbo lunar calendar called Onwa Ano. We are in the 4th month of the Igbo lunar calendar called Onwa Ano. And this 4th month of the lunar calendar runs from April 23 to May 20. And today's date in the Roman Catholic calendar is May 16, 2025. And remember, at Nkolo Mahadum, we always advise you to use your naturally given common sense, which we call Akon Uche in Igbo language. Also, Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University is set up to decolonize your mind and save you from mental slavery, because the colonial masters, those who colonize us, they keep pushing their narrative to us in different forms. And that's why we at Nkolo Mahadum decided to package and deliver our lectures from the Igbo man and African perspectives, to let you know you should be seeing things from how it concerns you, not how other cultures like America, United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, France, Australia, China, Russia, Turkey are presenting issues. Don't follow the way they are presenting them to you, because they are protecting their interests. They are protecting the interests of their people. And therefore, we are asking you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok, and like, comment, and share. Share this lecture to get to a lot of people. And the title of today's lecture is The Analysis of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Trial of 5/14/2025. The analysis of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Trial of 5/14 last Wednesday, which shows that Nigeria is not serious, as their second witness, BBB, reveals that Nigeria have no case and should unconditionally release Kanu. Now, remember, the court is still going on at the Federal High Court before Justice Omotosho. And on that very day, the 14th, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu arrived the courtroom at 9 a.m. And I want to thank all those people bringing him to the court, because he was there on time, because he was confident to win. In this court trial, as it is going, Nnamdi Kanu is confident that he will win it and he will be released unconditionally. So going on how things happened on that day in the Federal High Court, Abuja. Remember, this is Federal High Court. This court belongs to the federal. It's not state. It's not local government. This is Federal High Court, Abuja. It's a Federal High Court, a court of the federal government. On that day, the court began by calling witness number 2, which is PWBBB, to come to continue to testify. And on that day also, the prosecution was allowed to ask one final question before the defense took over. And what was the question? That question led to the witness submitting a medical, that is an autopsy report of Ahmed Gulak, which was accepted by the court as evidence and read in an open court. Remember, the defense is the one that is supposed to cross-examine the witness on that day, but the defense said, the prosecutor said that they have one more question that led to the witness providing the medical autopsy report of the death of Ahmed Gulak, which was accepted by the court as evidence and read in an open court. And remember, Ahmed Gulak was a former aide to President Jonathan. But we at Nkol Hamadu, we have a question as to why the issue of Ahmed Gulak, the death autopsy certificate being produced in the court and being accepted, because in the previous sittings, Justice Omotosho stopped the prosecution from presenting any issue concerning Ahmed Gulak. We are wondering what changed. Did anything change? And we want to remind you that Ahmed Gulak was the chairman of the APC, Imo State governorship primary election in October 2018. Ahmed Gulak was sent by the APC to go and conduct primary election in Imo State in October 2018. And that election produced Hope Uzodimma as the APC governorship primary in the state. But what happened before he announced Hope Uzodimma in Abuja was that when Ahmed Gulak arrived in Owerri, his committee members were looking for him all over the place. They couldn't find him. They went to the hotel. They couldn't find him. But when he arrived, he first of all went to go and met Rogers Okorocha. Okorocha was the then governor. And after that, nobody saw him again. And the next thing people saw was him announcing the result from Abuja. So the result of that primary that even brought Hope Uzodimma as the APC governorship flag bearer in Imo State was not announced in Owerri. It was announced in Abuja. And people were wondering how. People were saying there was no election. And even the sitting governor then, Governor Okorocha, didn't like what happened. He didn't like how Ahmed Gulak conducted that election. And so Ahmed Gulak have a lot of enemy in Imo State by the way he conducted that APC primary in 2018 that produced Hope Uzodimma. Secondly, Ahmed Gulak, you have seen him in many places. He wasn't hiding it. He was criticizing the national security advisor to President Buhari by the name of Major General Babagana Mongunu, retired. He's been criticizing the man, saying that the man doesn't know what he's doing, saying that the man should be fired, accusing the man of embezzling money meant for security, for defense. So you can tell that Ahmed Gulak have a lot of enemies. He has a lot of enemies in Imo State, in APC, and also has a lot of enemies in the military. The next point was that Ahmed Gulak was killed on Sunday, May 30th, 2021, while the IPOB sit at home took place on Monday, 31st, 2021. So you can see that IPOB sit at home has nothing to do with the death of Ahmed Gulak. So we at Nkola Madam don't know why his death or autopsy certificate should be brought to the court and accepted by the judge. So after accepting the autopsy reports for the death of Gulak, then the cross-examination started from the defense lawyers. Agabi started to cross-examine the witness PWBBB, wearing a mask. First question, you obtained a video statement from my client? Witness says yes. Agabi, in that video, only the defendant and his lawyers were visible. Witness, yes. Question from Agabi, the video was incomplete. We did not see those who conducted the interview. Witness, yes. Now, how can you be bringing a video without showing those that are conducting the interview to legitimize that video? Because you cannot just bring somebody, a video where Nnamdi Kanu is being interviewed, you are hearing Nnamdi Kanu's voice, and you don't show, the video didn't cover those who are questioning him. How do you see that? So that tells you that that video doesn't hold any water at all. Now, the next question from Agabi, were you masked during the interview? Agabi was asking the witness whether he was wearing mask during the interview of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the witness said no. So if you are not wearing mask when you were interviewing Nnamdi Kanu, why are you wearing mask now? How can we know that it is you? That shows that anything coming from a mask wearer as a witness in the Nnamdi Kanu case should not be relied upon, because you don't know who is behind the mask. It could be somebody from anywhere wearing a mask. Agabi, how long was the defendant in detention before the video was made? Before you made that video interview, how long did you keep Nnamdi Kanu in detention? The answer from the witness, I don't know. Agabi, he was kept in the cell for so long before the interview, correct? Witness, I don't know. Agabi was trying to find out how long, whether the witness know how long they kept Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before that video interview. But the witness is saying he doesn't know. Agabi, are you aware that solitary confinement takes a toll on the mind? Witness, I don't know. Now, witness doesn't know that solitary confinement takes a toll in the brain of somebody. He doesn't know. He doesn't know that solitary confinement takes a toll on the mind of somebody. This is somebody that claims that he is a DSS officer that followed to interview Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or was present when Nnamdi Kanu was being interviewed. And he doesn't know that solitary confinement can make somebody to go crazy. If not that Nnamdi Kanu was sent by God and destined to achieve the restoration of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu would have been broken down. But because Chukwu Okike Abiamo is with him, was and stay with him, that is why you see Nnamdi Kanu still vibrant, still roaring, still vibrating, still shining, because Chukwu Okike Abiamo is with him. Because solitary confinement can destroy somebody, but Nnamdi Kanu remains strong and strong. Agabi, the reason you kept him in solitary confinement was because you considered him a danger to himself or the public. The witness hesitates, gives unclear response. Then Agabi repeated the question in another way. I repeat, was that why he was kept in solitary confinement? Witness, I don't know. He was in solitary confinement. How can somebody working in DSS doesn't know that Nnamdi Kanu has been kept and still being kept in solitary confinement? That this witness is questionable. Agabi, you subjected him to solitary confinement? Witness, I don't know. He still don't know that Nnamdi Kanu is in solitary confinement. Agabi, are you aware a suspect should not be kept in solitary confinement for more than 24 hours? I don't know. This brings to question the type of education, the type of training DSS officers are being given. They don't even know the law that you don't have to keep somebody a suspect. You have not convicted him. Somebody you are suspecting, somebody you are accusing, for you to put him or leave him in DSS custody for more than 24 hours is a violation of the law, a violation of his fundamental human rights. And a DSS officer whom the federal government had brought as a witness doesn't know this. Can you believe that? Agabi continue. Was this prolonged detention backed by a court order? Witness, I don't know. Was the detention of Nnamdi Kanu backed by a court order? He doesn't know. It was not backed by a court order. It was a forceful detention. It was a detention by force, not backed by law or any reasonable government. Agabi, are you aware that his long detention caused frustration and anger? Witness, I am not aware. Now he's changing from I don't know to I'm not aware. Remember, for the past 5 or 6 questions, it's been I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Now he's changing it to I'm not aware. He's not aware that long detention can cause frustration and anger to somebody. He said he's not aware. Can you believe that? Agabi, do you know he has been detained for 4 years after that interview? I don't know. Again, this brings another question, that somebody who was part of those that had a video interview with Nnamdi Kanu 4 years ago, didn't know that it's been 4 years he's been kept in DSS custody, in solitary confinement. He doesn't know. What capacity, what mental capacity does this witness have for him not to know that it's been 4 years since they've been holding Nnamdi Kanu in solitary confinement? Agabi, do you know when he was arrested? Witness, I don't know. Agabi, do you know when he was interviewed? Witness, I don't know. This witness doesn't know anything. Is this the type of caliber of people working for Nigerian DSS who doesn't know anything, who can't remember anything? Agabi, were you part of the investigation? Witness, no. Agabi, are you aware of the previous charges against him? Witness, I don't know. He doesn't know anything. This witness doesn't know anything. That means the Nigerian government is not serious. That means Nigerian government doesn't have a case against Nnamdi Kanu. That means they should release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally and even pay him for all the human rights violation, all the wrongly detention, immediately, right away. Stop detaining him. You don't have no case against him. Agabi, the charges were amended, right? Witness, I don't know. Agabi, following the amendment, several charges were dropped, correct? Witness, I don't know. This witness is not even following what is going on, doesn't know anything that's going on about the case. Then why was he brought in? Why is he the second witness for the federal government? Agabi continued. Are you aware that only 3 charges were eventually linked to the defendant? Witness, I don't know. He doesn't know that it's only 3 charges that Nnamdi Kanu is being charged with right now out of about 15. He doesn't know. Wonderful. Agabi, do you know the charges were amended 6 days after his arrest? I'm not aware. Come on. What kind of witness is this? You don't know anything about this case. Then why are you there? Why are you sitting there? Why did you agree to come? Why don't you refuse the offer to come? Agabi, your evidence is based solely on what you know. Yes. Witness, yes. This is the only thing that he knows. Yes. From Agabi. This is the only thing he said he knows about. Yes. The first yes. Agabi, are you aware this charge has been pending in court for 10 years? I'm not aware. How can he not be aware of this one? Does he know when Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in 2015? Up to today, it's 10 years. The witness doesn't know? Come on. This witness don't have to continue coming to the court because he is letting the Nigerian government down. Agabi, was the defendant charged after investigations were concluded? Yes, the second yes. Agabi, how many people did you get statements from in this case? I can't remember, according to the witness. I cannot remember this one. It's only 2 years we have had from the witness. Agabi, how many people did you get statements from in this case? I can't remember. Agabi, continue. Did you confront the defendant with any of these statements? The answer is no from the witness. Yes, they got some statements from him. Then the follow-up question, did you confront the defendant with any of the statements? And the witness says no. You didn't confront him. You didn't ask him about the statements. Why not? If you know what you are doing. Agabi, but you showed him a letter from the ex-Attorney General. Witness, yes. This is the third yes we have gotten. Agabi, did you bring the Attorney General to the defendant so he knows who accused him? No, they didn't bring the Attorney General to Nnamdi Kanu to know that it is Malami, to see Malami and say, oh, okay, that is him. So the thing coming from the Attorney General could just be from somebody else. It could just have come from somebody else. Agabi, by the time you received that letter, had investigations already been concluded? I don't know, my Lord. He doesn't know, my Lord. He doesn't know, my Lord. So let me continue. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let me get it back. This is very, 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 very annoying and very, 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 very interesting. That a witness that the federal government brought almost 95% of all the questions that was asked him, he doesn't know. He is not aware. He doesn't know anything. And yet, tomorrow on the next court ruling, they will bring the same witness to the court. Does it make sense to you? So continuing, Agabi, by the time you received that letter, had investigations already been concluded? Witness, I don't know, my Lord. Agabi, in fact, charges had already been pending in court for 6 years by then. I'm not aware, my Lord. He's not aware of anything. Question, so it was from the letter that you became aware of this case? Like I said, I'm not aware. He's not aware of anything. Agabi, what was the office response to the letter? No clear answer, according to the witness. Agabi, did you submit an investigation report? Yes. The witness, yes, I brought my report to the court. This is the fourth yes. Agabi, I put it to you that you did not conduct any investigation apart from acting on that Attorney General's letter. Witness, we conducted investigations. Agabi, where are the investigation records? No definite answer for the records of the investigation. So if you put 1 to 1, you will know that they didn't conduct any investigation. Because if they had conducted investigation, they will have brought it to the court to prove it. Agabi, I put it to you that the charges remain unchanged even after the Attorney General's letter. Witness, charges were amended 3 times, but after the Attorney General letter, I don't know if they changed it. Okay, the witness agreed that they amended the charges 3 times. Even from the witness, he's confirming that they amended the charges 3 times. So why are you amending the charges? You amended the charges 3 times, which means you don't know what you are doing. You are not sure of what to charge him with, and you are adding things that are irrelevant to the case. Agabi, the Attorney General had already made conclusions before your so-called investigation. Witness, no definite response. Final notes. This is the end of the cross-examination. And then final notes is that Barrister Aloy Ejimako informed the court that he had other defense lawyers were denied access to their clients at the DSS facility just a few days ago. Here, Aloy Ejimaka was saying that when the defense counsel went to go and see Nnamdi Kanu a few days ago, they were denied access to see Nnamdi Kanu. What does that tell you? Why are they denying the lawyers access to their clients? That means they are bent on delivering jungle justice to Nnamdi Kanu. You have to be following the law. Since you are following this colonial, failed Western judiciary in our land, you should be following it correctly. You should allow the lawyers to see their client and not denying them access. So when you deny them access to see their client, how can they then prepare for the court? How can they prepare for the court? And all these violations, the Nigerian government, the courts have not disciplined any of the leaders, of any of the managers of the DSS. Because this is not the first time they are denying the lawyers access to their client, to Nnamdi Kanu. And they have not been rebuked or punished. And they keep doing it, which means they don't want the lawyers to prepare very well for the case, so they will not win the case, which is not good. It was at this junction that the case was now postponed to 21st and 22nd May 2025 to continue. Now, you have seen what transpired in the last court date, last Wednesday, 2 days ago, 5/14/25. And from the summary of the whole process, they were bringing Ahmed Gulak in. Ahmed Gulak, which you know have a lot of problems by the way he conducted the APC primary in 2018 that produced Hope Uzodimma as the APC flag bearer that ultimately led to Hope Uzodimma becoming the governor today. Maybe there was business between him and Hope that went bad. Also, the enemies he created from his committee, from the former governor Okorocha, who was there when he came, for him to have ran to Abuja without anybody's notice to go to Abuja and announce the result of the election, created a lot of enemies for him in Imo State. So Imo State is not safe for him to come at any time. So for him to be making that trip, I don't know why he should be making that trip to Imo State, knowing that he has a lot of enemies there. Plus, he's been criticizing the former National Security Advisor to President Buhari, which is Babagana Mongunu. He has a problem with the military too. And the IPOB sit at home was on Monday, 31st May, 2021, but he was killed on Sunday, 30th May, which is not even the IPOB, the day for the sit at home. So IPOB has nothing to do with that. Nnamdi Kanu has nothing to do with his killing. He should go back to his enemies with the military and the political circles he's in with. And before we continue, we have to beg you again to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Join us in our YouTube channel so that anytime we release new lectures, we deliver new lectures, you'll be the first to get it. You know? Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Like, comment, and share. Everybody can get this analysis. Because everything we are presenting from Kola Mahadum, we are presenting them from Igbo man, from African perspectives. And the title of today's lecture is The Analysis of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trial of 5/14 last Wednesday that shows that Nigeria is not serious. As witness number 2, PWBBB, reveals that Nigeria have no case and should unconditionally release Nnamdi Kanu. And still it is Justice Omotosho that is presiding, and the prosecution brought about Gulak, and Gulak death certificate was admitted as evidence, and we are wondering why, because last time the judge, in the last sittings, the judge did not allow that. So why are we bringing it? What has Gulak death certificate or killing has to do with the case? Absolutely nothing, because Gulak has a lot of enemies in Imo State, has a lot of enemies with the National Security Advisor to Buhari, retired Major General Babagana Mongunu. And with this, we shall be bringing today's lecture to an end. But before we do so, we have to ask you again to please defend yourself. The marauding Fulani herdsmen are all over Nigeria. More are being deployed to the south with AK-47 and AK-49 and other weapons. You cannot confront them with prayers because they have their own prayer. They are not confronting you with Quran, their prayer, or their Allah. What they are confronting you, what they are killing you with, kidnapping and killing, harvesting organs, is with weapons, different type of weapons. So defend yourself before you are Islamized, before your land is taken. Just like they are taking lands in Plateau and Benue State and renaming them. so it may happen to you if you don't start now to defend yourself. Thank you very much for joining us today, and have a very, very good day. And thank you for joining us. Please share, so that everybody will get this lecture.